Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwahn and welcome to the channel. We have some more reaction content for you, and today we are checking out Sonic Frontiers. This game has went through many throes when it comes to the reception on the internet, and now it actually looms on its release, coming out November 8th, I want to say. It's either the same day or the day before God of War Ragnarok, and not sure how that's going to play out for Sonic, because I'm pretty sure God of War Ragnarok is the most anticipated game this year, outside of maybe Elden Ring that was at the beginning of the year, but they're on like opposite sides. Like, they're bookending this year, right? And they're going to have this epic throwdown when it comes to like game of the year contenders, and I'm not looking forward to seeing that fight because that's going to be messy and gross. But in between all of that and coming along the side like some rejected stepchild is Sonic Frontiers. And the reception for Sonic Frontiers has been so all over the place. Initially, people were like, that looks like a really shitty Unreal Engine demo. And then they showed some more. We're like, actually, you know what? Maybe that looks pretty good. What's happening, though? I don't know. It still kind of looks really empty. The combat might be all right. I don't know. And then there was like people that got to play it at like the Summer Games Fest, and everyone that played it was like, it was actually really fun. And everyone's like, really? I mean, I believe you, but okay. And I feel like a lot of it is just that they've done such a bad job marketing this game. And I feel like part of it is because they want to be kind of hush-hush about like what the actual substance of the game is. But because it's like this open world, fast-moving, like 3D Sonic environment, that it needed to not be a secret. Because every time we get a little bit of a larger glimpse behind what the game is going to be, we get a little bit more interested. We're like, okay, that actually looks cool. They showed us like some snippets of a boss fight, and we're like, hey, that actually looks cool. And they're like, but no, you can't see anymore. And we're like, no. If you want us to buy this game, damn it, show us more. They're showing us more. We're going to check out a few things today. We got the story trailer. We got the release date trailer, the combat trailer. So we're going to check out a few things of what we haven't checked out already and see if it feels better now, especially when the game's only a week away from coming out. Welcome in, Cerulean. That is loud. That's a bit better. A mysterious stranger.
Your reckless actions endanger the world.
Sonic, I don't give a fuck. Okay, all right. Are the little tombstones going to be like shrines from Breath of the Wild?
Is that you?
Sonic is an anime fighter.
You cannot run forever. Leave immediately.
Is Sonic Wreck-It Ralph? Straight up looked like one of the Colossi from Shadow of the Colossus. So, you know, here's the thing. I wonder how this game would be received if it wasn't Sonic the Hedgehog. Because, like, a lot of
in
this...
Sonic's newest adventure, he's headed to the Starfall Islands in search of Chaos Emeralds with his friend, Amy and Tails.
A lot of this looks
when trouble
cool,
strikes,
but it just feels so weird because it's
into a
Sonic.
dimensional portal. Our bristly hero awakens in a strange, digital world called cyberspace. Despite being separated from his friends,
Sonic miraculously escapes from this alternate dimension and arrives on Kronos,
one of the beautiful Starfall Islands. A curious wilderness full of ancient ruins, strange inhabitants, and sinister enemies. Our loyal blue hedgehog must now find his lost
like
friends,
not Koroks?
explore this exotic world, and solve the mystery of the Starfall Islands. Sonic Frontiers expands on what fans know and love about traditional Sonic games, combining linear level gameplay
Like climbing.
and open zone platforming into a new action-filled Sonic experience. The world map is bigger than ever, giving Sonic more room to run and explore his surroundings. Sonic Frontiers offers high-speed, open-zone gameplay that gives you the freedom to play the game in the order that best matches your playstyle. Engage in
Open
exhilarating
zone
combat with
gameplay.
exciting
That's a
new
new term.
enemies, solve intriguing puzzles, and complete fun side quests to help rescue Sonic's friends. Solving puzzles will reward the player with items that can increase Sonic's power and defense, reveal hidden parts of the map, and unlock new ways to navigate the island at fast speeds. Scattered around the Starfall Islands are cyberspace portals. Defeat bosses throughout the island to earn portal gears that unlock these stages. You'll need to complete challenges within each cyberspace stage to earn vault keys that can be used to unlock Chaos Emerald vaults and allow you to progress further in the game. In Sonic Frontiers, Sonic's combat gets an upgrade, making battling enemies more exciting and fluid than ever before.
You don't
With an
just
all-new
bounce on their
skill
head
tree
now.
system featuring a host of new abilities to unlock and level up. You'll have plenty of options to fight strategically, combine dodges, parries, counters, and more. If you prefer more straightforward gameplay,
Loyal
check out
Blur
Auto
Hedgehog.
Combos,
Loyal to who?
where various attack
Nintendo?
combos can be executed with a single button. These modes make it possible for all Sonic fans to easily enjoy the fast and flexible new combat
This
system.
game feels like a fever dream.
Sonic's enhancements don't stop there. He's learned a new ability called Psyloop, a band of light that mirrors Sonic's tracks. Surround enemies, items, and areas to uncover
We
different
really liked
effects and
Astral
unlock
Chain,
all
and we
the
thought
secrets
Sonic
of
could
the
do the same
Starfall
thing.
Islands. Get ready to blaze your own trail and forge a new frontier in Sonic Frontiers. Available November 8th. Stay tuned for more details.
You know, it's interesting to me just how much Breath of the Wild has warped gaming, right? And like more than Zelda as a franchise ever did before, because open world wasn't a new concept. And even things like gliders and stuff like that weren't a new concept. But Breath of the Wild, because of its just wild success, everyone just immediately started to grab onto it and see if they couldn't put their own spin on it. Sonic spin. Kill me. Anyway, it's crazy to me because like there's so much Breath of the Wild blood in so many of these modern releases. This feels very close, right? It's not the same, not in the same way that like Immortals Phoenix Rising or whatever the name of that game was, because my brain still calls it Gods and Monsters, was, or like Genshin Impact, where they're just such a strong like reimagining of Breath of the Wild. But it's so blisteringly obvious. Breath of the Wild stole the glider from Just Cause. I won't disagree with that. Just Cause is significantly older, but at the same time, Breath of the Wild is what really popularized the glider. So, open zone gameplay. So Mario 64, where each level was open and free to do, but still had loading screens. Same with Ratchet and Clank. Yeah. No, it's a very easy to understand concept of open zone. Kind of like Final Fantasy 15 is open zone. It's definitely not open world, but it's open zone. And I think open zone works really well. That allows you to build these concentrated environments without being restricted in the same way that trying to make an open world game function does. Because there are limitations to that if you don't have the time, equipment, and money to do it. Is this content matched? Probably. You know, I hope this game is successful. It has every odd stacked against it. It's supersonic. It's Supersonic. When's the last time we've actually gotten to see Supersonic, like, legitimately? Because I know that you go Supersonic in Smash's Final Smash, right? But canonically, within, like, actual Sonic games, when's the last time that we've had Supersonic as, like, a legitimate thing? And not like a hidden unlock or anything like that. Because, like, even in the old Sonic games, it was like, I don't even remember how to get it in, like, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, right? I remember doing it with cheat codes, but there was a legitimate way to get it, and it was a pain in the ass. Like, you had to perfect a few stages, and then you also had to complete, like, the second to last stage really quickly or something like that. I don't remember what it was, but I don't know the last time that we saw Supersonic. Anyway, so this is the gameplay, the combat overview.
Sonic Frontiers introduces a new take on the action, adventure, and platforming
Genshin
genres
Impact's
by
initial
combining
impressions,
blistering
indeed.
speed
Yeah,
with
I
blazing
mean,
combat.
we even saw him do the climb like Zelda does, like Link
For the
does.
first time, Sonic has a skill tree full of exciting and powerful new abilities to learn.
Sonic's got a
To
skill
unlock
tree.
new skills,
Okay.
you'll need to collect enough skill pieces from fallen enemies and breakable items around the islands. Sonic also has his standard moveset, including a homing attack, drop
His
dash,
standard
and
moveset?
stomp at the beginning
Do you
of the
mean
game.
standard to this
While
game?
these
Because this
moves are
definitely
effective
isn't
against
standard
normal enemies,
historically.
You'll need to level up and unlock new skills if you want to take on bigger and stronger foes awaiting you on the Starfall Islands. A normal enemy on Kronos Island is
okay,
nothing
thanks,
compared
Nuzlocke.
to
I
those
couldn't
on
remember
later
what it
islands.
was.
So make sure you're collecting the red seeds of power and blue seeds of defense to boost your stats and give yourself a fighting chance. As the game progresses and Sonic levels up, so do your enemies. Completing combos is a good way to get the upper hand during battle, especially when paired with a new skill called Phantom Rush. Sonic's combo meter will fill up after attacking enemies consecutively. Once the combo
Sonic
meter is
just
maxed out,
used
Phantom
a
Rush
demon
is
art.
activated, and your attack power will be boosted until the meter reaches 0. To deal massive amounts
Oh
of
my
damage
God.
in a short burst, use Sonic Boom, a long-range, high-speed kick that unleashes
All right, so we need
shockwaves at the
Sonic as a
enemy.
guest character in Street Fighter 6.
Another option to dish out major hurt on your enemies is Wild Rush, a flashy, zigzagging attack that sends you crashing into your targets with great force. It's a fast and stylish way to hit your enemies hard while avoiding incoming fire. Certain enemies in Sonic Frontiers have a shield or barrier protecting them. Break their shield with Psyloop and then deal as much damage as you can before it goes back up. If your opponent happens to land a hit on you, just use the Psyloop ability on the ground to collect more rings and get back in the fight.
Okay. Don't worry about
During
picking up the ones you
combat,
lost.
you'll
Just
need to
make
study
more
your
out of the
opponents
ground.
and determine the best strategy to take them on. Encounters with Guardians will require more than just using your homing attack. Many of them prompt you to engage with their unique combat mechanics first before reaching their weak spot. Once you have an opening, you can dish out all the skills you've unlocked from the skill tree.
And
Experimenting
he's a
with new
Dragon Ball Z
abilities and
character because
discovering
he's
each
throwing the
enemy's
fucking
weakness will
key
help you
blasts.
defeat them with ease. Use your enemy's moves against them by utilizing parry during combat. A visual cue lets you know when an enemy is about to attack.
I can't wait
If you react
for this
quickly
game
enough,
to
you can parry it and
revolutionize
follow it up with
death
a
battles
counterattack of your own.
involving Sonic.
Using all these skills and more gives you
Because
tons
this
of
game is
options
giving
to become
Sonic
the most
abilities that
formidable
Sonic has
force in
never
the
had,
frontier.
right? So when it comes to like
Master your
anime
approach to
power
battle,
scalers, Sonic
and
just
teach
got a
your
whole
enemies
new
not to
host
mess
of
with Sonic
abilities.
the Hedgehog.
I think it was me, Eve. Wow. Okay. So, like I was mentioning earlier, I hope this game is good and I hope it does well, right? And the reason that I say that is because, like, while there is clearly so many things that this is taking from, whether it's like the fucking astral chain circles, the Breath of the Wild / Just Cause exploration elements, the just like random ass RPG shit, right? Like, I want it to be good and I want it to do well because Sonic is struggling and has been struggling for such a long time. And it's interesting because for the longest time, people were like, just stop with the weird shit and just make a Sonic game. And they didn't make, a bunch of fan devs made Sonic Mania with the grace and blessing of Sega. And Sonic Mania was a wild success. Everybody loved it. They're like, some people had small complaints, like a little too short or maybe it was a little too easy. But otherwise, Sonic Mania was a return to form for Sonic. And by my understanding, it did very, very well. But this game, they're trying to do something like new in a way that is like new for Sonic. And there's this open plane, this new platform, this new venture. And Sonic is on every platform because he's going to be on PlayStation and Xbox and PC. And it's got this new open form. But they also like marketed this so terribly because depending on when you look at like which trailer you look at, you're like, that actually looks pretty good, or that looks awful, or is it done yet? There's so many different reactions that you can have to this just based on when you see it and what part of their marketing you see. And then they're like, you know what we should do? You know what's a good idea? Let's release it the same fucking day as God of War Ragnarok. I'm sure that'll go over great for us. Like, I don't understand. New in a way that's new for 2002. It's new for Sonic, okay? That's what I'm getting at. It's new for Sonic. The Mario Odyssey that did nothing for Mario, just for Sonic, I have no idea. Like, it feels weird. I'll just say best of luck with this game. It's not my cup of tea. I like the stupid campy stuff from Adventures. You know, and like, I don't think that campy is the right way to go with Sonic. Of course, at the same time, Sonic is such a weird looking character, right? Like, looking at Sonic in this and him having like, the movies were wildly successful, but I still can't look at a photorealistic Sonic and be like, that's a believable character concept. And even in this and like the cutscenes that we're seeing and stuff, when he's like in this serious moment and these enemies are approaching him and stuff, like, it's so hard to look at this design and be like, that's a serious character. And Sonic, most of the time, he himself is serious, unless he's making little jokes and stuff about being like a cocky hero, right? But at the same time, he's a relatively serious character. And I'm like, but look at him. But look at him. I don't know. I feel like this game has set itself up for failure, which is a shame because I feel like this game has had a larger budget and more marketing than any other Sonic game in the last 20 years. Like maybe 06, which that was a whole bundle of excitement in itself, but that's far enough behind that we don't remember that shit well enough, or we choose not to because we don't want to. But man, could be worse. Could be ugly Sonic from the first trailer. It might sell better if it was ugly Sonic. So yeah, so that's Sonic Frontiers. I don't know what to think about it. It's weird, okay? I don't know where we're going with this, but yeah, let me know what your thoughts are about Sonic Frontiers. I'm sure everything is all over the place, but I'd love to hear from you all the same. Put your thoughts down in the comments below. If you want to keep the conversation going elsewhere, two great places to do so are Discord and Twitter. Speaking of Discord, we have a channel dedicated to these reactions where you can place links of your own that we can check out together live on stream, because we do stream on Twitch, and I would love to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. If you want to catch future videos, please subscribe to the channel. And if you do watch one of the other videos on the channel, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy.